either told before, is either a flashback to an earlier event before 300, or perhaps something after, like perhaps to soothe an ailing monarch's heart. This woman is sent to court to bail out her people, basically, and and it's a very good artistically done. I think Frank Miller did a good job on it, and Heyman is explained. Heyman is very well. It is, of course, looks evil. He does so much a good job with his villains. And Darius the Third. Of course, there's a short vignette about Darius the Third versus Alexander of Macedon, and Alexander of Macedon driving home for the Greek gold. So we're get to that, and I will again plug my own books, of course, and because I don't know, somebody made a point that my comic books weren't that good, so I had to plug my book. That's how I do. I don't know to juggle around projects. Also, I want to say, perhaps I don't. I'm not going to be any little Count Dooku's who intimidate people who want to be graphic novelists and video game techs, or reviewers in either field. But I just want to say, I guess you didn't get me, dude. So still here, still dangerous. Still your host for Comic Book Business News, Josh Goldstein. So now with the news. So with the news today, Joe Sinnott died. I heard the news today. Joe Sinnott actually died. He was 92. He was one of the inking legends. I was at an Inkwell Award. He wasn't there. I actually was at an Inkwell Award last year. He wasn't there, but I was lucky to buy one of his special books, and these are good. These are good Joe Sinnott stuff, and signed by Joe Sinnott. So I wonder if that's a valuable signature. Also, I also think Joel Schumacher actually died. Director of Lost Boys, Batman Forever, and the Batman movie with George Clooney. And I can't believe this guy actually died. He was a Hollywood legend. Great producer, great director. He made so many tons of films. Many in the 70s, many nice films in the 70s and 80s. And he was known as an action guy too. Many cool movies. Joel Schumacher, Hollywood favorite, passed away. And PlayStation 5 is not dead. It will be out next year. The Guardian liked the PlayStation 5 more than the Xbox One upgrades. So I don't know how long Xbox has. They might have to develop a better competing system, but then isn't it always the case in console wars? Also, I don't know. They're trying to market. They're trying to uh, tr- do this like comic books. Sort. I don't know about those little boxes. Comic books sort of had this. Oh, I talk about this another time. Um. Uh. Free comic book day is all summer to include uh the newer stuff. Cinemas open up again in Israel, so cinemas guess they're be seeing the newer movies ahead of us, maybe a few days ahead of us because we opened up a little later. And and then and I will get to the comic books in a minute. And now to the comic books. So this is Xerxes, Frank Miller's Xerxes. This is one of his best recent books, I think, even better than Superman Year One from DC. You've got Greek figure versus Xerxes. I am dedicating this review to one of my friends. The artwork is fantastic. Xerxes, or Persian figure. A little Yul Brynner-ish for his depiction. This takes place in 40, the 5th century BCE, and perhaps Greeks are Greeks, the wooden walls of ancient Athens. Interesting stuff. Interesting, like this, Hoplites versus the Immortals. This is actually some really great stuff. The Greek army versus the Immortals. The Immortals were this marathon. It's a battle of Marathon, a famous battle in Greek history where the Athenian Spartan alliance defeated the Persian imperial forces of the Achaemenid dynasty of Persia. This is such a great book. This is a chapter on the battle, chapter 2. Our future, Athens looks a little like more imaginative. The Acropolis, the great temple of Athena. Nice stuff here. Nice fleet. Maybe this is supposed to be Psalmist. Xerxes is half mad. I don't know. The king is not. It was sort of it's not looking good. Shades of the Esther story. This is Darius, Xerxes and his wife. Little bit of the story forum. Get a little more Esther, dear, perhaps, yes, Esther, soothing my heart after I couldn't beat the Greeks. Have a nice habitation. Even I directly say it. Have a nice time. Okay. More Greek stuff, more invasions. Alexander the Great, crazy as hell. Gaugamela. And the fall of the Persian Empire. Darius III. This is a great book, one of Frank Miller's finest. I'm giving it 4 of 4. I don't know how better you could make it. I think they even included everything I wanted them to include. Here's the problem. I just see. I wanted to give him a better mark, but I just had to sort of scale it back a little bit. I didn't want to be just I'm always nice. So Frank Miller wins again. I recommend buying it and adding it to your personal collection. Where is the most efficient place? If you don't have a great guy like my friends for comic books, perhaps in graphic novels, perhaps, or you don't have a bookstore that carries it, perhaps Amazon can help you out. But other than that, I don't like to share tricks of the trade. It's unprofessional. And I don't have action figures right now, and I'm working on t-shirts, but this is my graphic novel. Please buy it. I am think this book is usually about $30 from Barnes and Noble or Amazon, and get the last one left on Amazon. Help me out. Okay. So, this is almost all the time we have on Comic Book Business News. But before we go, we would like to say welcome back to Major League Baseball, NHL, and the rest very, very soon. And welcome back to the movies for all of us very, very soon. And perhaps soon, and perhaps good luck next year. Maybe next year some more comic. It will be easier on the comic book industry, and everybody. But for all of us at Comic Book Business News, bye.